Good afternoon, everyone. This is a wonderful crowd. Great. Welcome to Chestnut Hill College and to our annual Steinway concert event. I have a few household things to talk about before I introduce our wonderful artists today, and I need to read them. First of all, please turn off or silence your phones if you have one, or if you have anything else that makes noise. If you have heard about this concert from a friend, we have a contact list out on the table. Please sign the contact list for future announcements of our concert series. Number 3, without the assistance of a lot of people, this concert could not have happened. So I have some names I'd like to say before we begin. Don Vischer, our person in the back there who does the AV and all of the technical things. Phyllis Jablonski, who does a myriad of different things, including bringing in more chairs today. Our Office of Communications with Faith Kellermeyer. You will see her with her camera during the concert. And Michelle Presnell and the Office of Institutional Advancement. So all of these people working together put this concert today. There's going to be a short, very short intermission, as you can see on your program, after the Schubert selection. It's only a stand-up intermission, and then we'll continue on with our concert. Carolyn Enger has some CDs out on the table for sale if you're interested. They are $20 each. And that will be cash or check only. Okay. I'm delighted that Carolyn Enger has come here to Chestnut Hill College for our concert. From her abbreviated biography that you have seen in your program, it's really evident that Carolyn has traveled across the United States and in several places in Europe. I'm especially taken with her commitment in bringing her talent and joy in music to diverse audiences whenever possible. Carolyn has many stories to tell. She tells them through music, she tells them through her writings, and she tells them by her exquisite technique and beauty in playing. Fanfare magazine, which is the official magazine of the Cincinnati Symphonic Orchestra, described her playing in this way. Enger's dynamic control and emotional sensitivity complement her keen sense of timing and proportion. Wow. So today we are honored and delighted to present Carolyn Enger.
as you may have seen in my bio, I was very close with Ned Rorem. I recorded his music. It's outside. That's not what I'm telling you. I have a very close friendship with him. I played for him. I played his music for him pretty much once a month. I would go and visit him at his apartment. And so the inspiration for the second half largely is coming from him, and because he studied with Margaret Bonds, who's at the end of the program, and then Margaret Bonds studied with Florence Price, who studied with William Grant Still, and Florence Price and William Grant Still were very friendly with each other. And am I right that we have a relative of William Grant Still's here in the audience? Yes? Yeah. So Carolyn, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you.
Also very, very much. Carolyn, we also share a first name. I cannot take credit for being a genuine member, but I feel that I'm an honorary member.
Oh.
My dad met Judith Ann Still in Flagstaff, Arizona, and her kindness and generosity brought me here at this very moment. So God bless us all.
Oh, yeah, indeed. Thank you. So, and then William Grant Still studied with George Chadwick. So there's this wonderful line of American history going through these composers, and I wanted to bring some of that into the program. Then Iman Habibi, you may not know his name. I discovered his music because he had a piece that was premiered by at opening night at Carnegie Hall, and this was just coming out of the pandemic, and I thought, oh, I wonder what his music sounds like and whether he's written anything for piano. So I searched out, and this In the Brittle Quietude, it was dedicated to the healthcare workers during COVID, and he and I have become fast friends, and actually I'll be seeing him on Thursday. He's an Iranian Canadian. And I'll be meeting him this coming Thursday in New York. He has another piece that's being premiered. So, and if you have questions about the program afterwards, I welcome them. So, thank you. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say about Ned, because of space on the program, because it looks like, wow, how long is this second half? But the pieces by Ned are short. They're miniatures. And so the title, Song Without Words, okay, that's a pretty standard kind of title. You know, Mendelssohn wrote plenty of songs without words, but this is for Jim to help him on his birthday with all my faith and most of my love. So Jim was his partner for many years. The Carol Pastiche, to the only Jim in the world, this Carol Pastiche, to thank him for giving a point to the past 17 years. So they're very, very beautiful dedications, and in 4 or 5 lines of music, many times the music can sound kind of a little dissonant, and yet these words are so loving, and really better than a Hallmark card, I would say. So the one of them that is one of my favorites, Golden Notes on Nearing 50. For Jim at 49, this mirror image of Christmas 1986, because any mirror into which he gazes turns to gold. It's very beautiful. And you'll hear it, it's kind of a dissonant piece, and then the penultimate note, leading into the last note, just opens up the skies. So I hope that you enjoy them. next piece is a transcription. The Ruckert Lieder are written for voice and orchestra. And if you've seen my bio, there's a project that a film, a multimedia film that I created called the Michelin Expose, which we can talk about later. But I had this piece of Mahler's transcribed for piano so that I could include it in that project. composers, stories that I told. Yes.
Except for the orchestra, it's been a while since I've seen an artist use paper as opposed
okay.
to iPad. So
Okay.
I was wondering
Okay.
that decision.
So, yeah, because there's another program I have that I use mostly, I use my iPad for that one. The problem is that I really like the Una chord pedal, which is on the left. And so I don't have another foot for changing and with this other program that I have, the Resonating Earth program, I'm able to tap to forward the pages. But especially with the Schubert, there's no let up. I mean, even the page turns that I did have in the Schubert, they're sort of like, turn the page now because you're going to need that, you know, in half a page. I mean, I had to do all kinds of configurations for that. And yeah, so it's just a kind of, because if something's, like for example, the Habibi, that's very, very simple. It's very spacious. There's a spot where, you know, I can certainly tap the iPad, and I'm not so comfortable just coordinating my foot to do it. I'm much more, you know, the tapping is fine with me, because sometimes if you press too hard on the foot pedal, then you advance 2 pages, and it's like, you know, I really don't want that kind of like insecurity doing this. So that's
Thank
why.
you.
Yeah, sure, you're welcome. So I probably should master it, but so,
Just curious.
and also I find that I don't know, I like the yellowish tone of the paper. I think it's easier to read actually on the screen.
Interesting. Thank you.
Yes, hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Out of all the songs that you played, which one did you like playing the most?
Oh, well, I love them all in different ways. The Mahler is a real, that transcription, that's a real favorite. The second movement of the Schubert at the beginning of the program, the second movement is very close to my heart. Of course, Ned's music brings me back to we had such a loving friendship, so that stirs me in memory of him. And the William Grant Still I'm very excited about, because I didn't ever know his music very well, and it's so atmospheric, and I love all the, especially like Woven Silver. I just love that piece. It's so delicate, and so I like his music very much. And Margaret Bonds, I love the fact that, you know, she based her piece on a spiritual. I think that's really good crowd pleaser at the end. So I like that. Are you studying music?
Yeah, I got a music class.
And are you playing an instrument?
No, I played the support.
Oh, okay. I'm so glad that you're taking music. It's the best. It's like it can give you comfort for your whole life. So I'm glad you're taking a class. Because the more you know, the more you enjoy it. You know?
Right.
I mean, everyone enjoys music, but the more you know, you can kind of analyze things and have more sophisticated opinions about it, rather than, hey, I really like that.
Right.
So, but I'm glad that you came. So, hi.
Hello. Was this the program that you assembled for today, for being at a college, or is this a program that you frequently perform?
This program was created for today, because many times when I'm playing an hour-long program, I play from start to finish. And with this program having a slight intermission, that was, I was able to, in a sense, create a first half and a second half. And a lot of this music is music that I'm playing on other programs. I don't know if you have one of those brochures about me. No,
Oh,
there's,
yes.
The harder paper one, no, there's another one out there. You might want to, I mean, if you're interested. Because on the back of that is listed a number of different themed programs that I perform. One's called American Ethos, another one is Masters of Transcendence, another one is probably Women Composers. So, and then my Michelin expose and my Resonating Earth programs, which are multimedia. Some of the repertoire from the second half is included in all those programs. So, and I'm playing a lot of those programs this spring, and so we were able to put together a nice second half that kind of grabbed from those other programs. Because I'm practicing that repertoire for those programs as well, so it makes, it's sort of like evening out the workload. Now you're really hearing the behind the scenes.
This
Right?
is good.
Yeah, good. So, and I think it holds together nicely. I mean, it's a nice variety. Yeah. So, I mean, for the composer's sake, not for mine, but,
From an audience perspective.
And from an audience perspective, right, and that's my job. So thank you again. Hi.
Hi. Of all the war music, all very unique for me, who was strictly classical.
Yes.
A different spin for piano. The Smash Out of Jack, I absolutely love that.
Oh, yeah, I like that one too. So you know what I love about that? By the way, most of if you run into any singers, they all know Ned Rorem because he's basically the Schubert of our day. He wrote, I don't know how many songs. And he also wrote a lot of diaries. So, and as I was reading to you before the dedication, so my theory is that somewhere in his brain where words and music meet is a very, very creative spot for him. So a snapshot of Jack was for Jack Mitchell. I don't know who he was, but the tempo marking is, and the indication, because many times it'll be like in Schubert, allegro or andante or adagio, right? Oh, so this is sultry. So I always kind of set out to kind of recapture New Orleans or something. So, not that I've ever been, but with sultry, it kind of it feels more humid or something. So, yeah, he's a special composer, and they all are. I mean, my individual voices aren't we?